Hey screen printers, what's up on this week's Made to Make It? We are in Gackettville, North Carolina at Unify, the makers of Reprieve. I'm here with the Allmade crew and we're checking out behind the print process of manufacturing shirts. So we're going to start here. We're taking recycled water bottles and turning them into polyester fiber that we'll then use later on in the Allmade fabric. The process starts with you choosing to recycle. Still, only about 30% of all the plastic bottles are recycled in the US. If they are recycled, they are sorted and then chopped into poly chip, which is turned into pellets and can be used for fiber or yarn. This chip is then remelted into plastic, extruded, dried, and chipped into pellet that can be stored in these million-pound silos. From here, it can be turned into fiber or rolls, which can be either natural in color or pigmented black, which will be used later to blend and spin fiber into yarn. After Reprieve, we headed into South Carolina in search of a cotton field. We happened upon a large field outside of a town called Lorry that looked like flowering cotton. By happen chance, the owner of that farm, Santa, pulled up at the same time we were checking out her field, and fortunately was extremely nice and explained how cotton farming worked.
Now a lot of times we go on and spray a defoliant because if we wait, then winter and rain comes. And then it starts raining, you can't get in the fields and your cotton, the quality of the cotton goes down. I think we'll start picking cotton probably around October, late October.
Yeah.
And you know, now they have 6-row pickers and they really roll them out as quickly as they can because it lasts a long time in the field, but of course when it's at its peak, if you can get it then your quality is so much better. It's a neat crop. It really is. It's fun to pick. If the crop is good, it's a great day. Yeah. You know, and you ride and you pack it. We still pack ours in bowl buggies. Press it down real tight, and then they come from the gin and pick that whole thing up. Now they do have cotton pickers now that they make a bale of, you know, unfinished cotton, but they make a bale that drops out of the back of the machine, and you just come along and pick that up.
Hay bale wood,
the hay bale look. That's right.
Interesting.
But we haven't gotten to that point yet. We've been putting 3 children through college, so we'll see what the future brings. Yeah.
From farm to cotton gin to the spinning factory, we visited Spun Lab, a specialty division of Parkdale Mills, to see how ring spinning and blending works. Our cotton, Reprieve recycled polyester, and Model are loaded onto large scales so we can measure the blend accuracy. From here, they are stored in bins that start to blend the fibers together. They are shot through massive ducting with air and then drawn to line the fibers through several processes, refining the fiber each time. The fiber goes through 5 stages before spinning, each one refining the fiber further than the next until it finally hits the spinning machine, called a spinning mule. Ring spinning makes a stronger yarn and ultimately a better, softer, and longer lasting fabric. As we came to the spinning mule, it was awesome to see Allmade, 50% Reprieve, 25% organic cotton, and 25% Model actually being spun into 30 singles yarn, hundreds of mini spindles at a time. These are then combined into one large 8-pound spindle, which will go to a loom and be knitted to fabric. At our knitter, Clover Knits in South Carolina, hundreds of spindles are set to the loom, which then knits the yarn together into a tube that is finished at our partner's Carolina Cotton Works.
Brian Ashby, Vice President of Carolina Cotton Works. We are the fabric supplier for Allmade. We are responsible for the entire supply chain and the quality of that supply chain and the timeliness of delivery for the supply chain of fabrics to Haiti for the Allmade brand. At this facility, we do the actual dyeing and finishing of the fabric. The founders of the Allmade brand came together and we did a lot of iterations of various types of blends, more cotton, less cotton, organic, non-organic, regular poly, recycled poly, and this is what the group, came together on, this particular blend. We don't run it for anybody else, but it's a better product. It's not a price point product. It's a product that differentiates itself, or is differentiated from all the other common brands that make to the screen printable market. I knew it was going to dye well. We're familiar with various types of tri-blends. There are a lot of novelties out there. There are a lot of spin-offs from the original tri-blend. This blend is different, and I wanted to make sure that my concerns were, are we going to have some issues with quality by using the organic cotton as opposed to the conventionally grown and spun cotton? And how smooth is the surface of the fabric going to be, and all the manufacturing properties and defect levels and stuff like that. I've been very pleasantly, well, I guess it met my expectations from that standpoint, because I know that the folks that knit these fabrics and the folks that spin the yarn, quality is what they're all about. So all those things very much fell in line. I was pleasantly surprised with the hand, the consistency of the hand after multiple washes, and I was surprised with how balanced, sort of surprised, sort of not surprised. We anticipated the shrinkage to be good. It's actually better than I thought it would be. It's just a very well built fabric. It runs through our plant very easily. It's not something that we have to fight. It's a fabric that just seems to be made for our process here.
The U.S. textile and garment industry has taken a dive over the past 30 years, and that is why it is so important for us at Allmade to ensure that we use sourced and made in the USA fabric that adds up to 70% of the Allmade garment cost. We're using recycled water bottles, farming U.S. organic cotton, spinning, knitting, and processing at living wage U.S. plants, providing good jobs for Americans who make an awesome end product you're going to love. Okay, well, next we're off to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, where next week we're going to document why, where, and how we make Allmade t-shirts differently to help break the orphan cycle and make it better, one t-shirt at a time.